Geronimo! Greetings, filthy human. Yes, you, I'm talking to you. You're filthy. I know what you did. I saw it! This is another great book by Robert Geronimo called Wirehead. Is this YouTube channel a Robert Geronimo fan channel in disguise? No, it is not. Not yet, but it could be later. Wirehead is not an homage, but greatly inspired, I think, by 80s horror. Um, it's like, how do I describe the story without revealing too much? Imagine if Jason was a Terminator. Yeah, so that's the gist of it. Let's get into this front cover here. As we can see, this is all in lovely cover with this oppressive red coming from Wirehead down to this soft and light and, oh, youthful blue. I'm so scared. Good color play here. Let's look inside the cover. And yeah, I mean, just great, like iconic looking interior page here. Please remain calm. Written and created by Robert Geronimo, illustrated by Michael O'Shea and Geoff Elkins. Cool. Lettered by Wes Locker. Edited by Michael Delavan. I love seeing that. Edited. Guys, get some editors. I know you love your story and you think it's great, but too many times I've read a book here and there and it's like, there's a real nugget of gold here, but it's buried under a bunch of, I don't want to call it what it is, but don't be afraid of editors. When I see edited by, I go, sweet. So this interior page is clearly like supposed to mimic a movie poster. You know, it's got the little warning, 18 plus and such. So I don't know too much about Robert Geronimo's taste in movies, except that he really doesn't like The Green Knight, which is a shame. I wanted to see The Green Knight, and he said it was like a super pretentious art film, and I said, that sounds like something I'd really like. Oh, well. But I think he really likes these older films. I got to get a picture of the art prints on this video, because I think the art prints really sell a lot of the inspirations for this book. You've got one that looks very like retro 80s, one that's sort of a Terminator look, one that's very straight, like a straight slasher poster. Well, before we even get to the story, there is another little homage to perhaps one of his inspirations. Beware, for I am fearless and therefore powerful. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Yeah, this is, without revealing too much, sort of a Frankenstein's monster story, right? Except Frankenstein's monster isn't super eloquent. He basically just says, please remain calm. How do you guys feel about silent versus verbose antagonists? I mean, I really like Frankenstein's monster in literature, but I really like Jason Voorhees on film. Robert Geronimo's Wirehead kind of, he's not eloquent and elegant. Wirehead is just kind of giving basic commands, I don't know. At first I thought Wirehead would be kind of silent throughout, but with the story, it makes more sense that he has some verbiage, he speaks some words. So, okay, enough blabbing, ape. What's the story? Well, the story is, it starts off with these two kids. I mean, they look like kids. They must be, right? They're running away from something. And this kid's like, oh, his brains are all over my friggin' face. This is the one point where I thought, okay, I don't know how well black and white is going to serve this book. It's going to be a gory one. And this big old page kind of, it's almost like a wheelchair for the handicapped that is black and white. It's like, if I look at his face, I think he just looks kind of nasty, but now the panel's telling me like, oh, these are brains. This is blood. I'm covered in gore. You can't tell that I am because it's black and white. But I totally am. And that was the only instance of that happening. Initially, I wasn't so hot on the black and white. I was always going to buy it. It's Geronimo, but I find that the black and white really serves well. So these kids, they got a tape of something, right? And they done messed up. They shouldn't have videoed whatever they did, because here comes Wirehead. He's big, hulking mass of metal. It's not really a secret what Wirehead is, but it's not clear at the beginning how Wirehead is, and I'm not going to reveal that to you guys because I want you guys to experience the story for yourself. Dude falls in a pit, uh, which leads to all sorts of bad spit, and that's where we leave that. And then we come to this young group of co-eds who are just out on a drive, out in the wilderness. Oh my gosh, no cell phones? What the heck? The 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 banter back and forth is very like 80s movie, like horror movie trope. I love it. This Robert Geronimo's not afraid to accept the trope, to love the trope, and just bask in its glory. So it reads like an 80s movie script. Um, but it just looks even better. Um, I was commenting about the inks earlier. I think it serves this book really well because there's no uh, ambiguity. Everything's very clearly defined in this black and white where I'm never confused panel to panel like, what is that? Is it a dog or a knapsack? There's some comics I'm reading now. I'm like, what is I don't understand what this is. But everything is communicated really effectively, particularly the sequential art. It's just like he's here, he's grabbing face, he picks up guy with face, he squeezes and what's the, splurk? Ah, this book, it makes me so happy. I mean, look at this. This is a really beautiful page. And that's what you're getting indoors. That's what you're getting inside this book. It's really fun. Now, the characters themselves, I could only care about them so much because so many of them died so quickly. But that's the way it is with horror films, too. Like, you only get so invested. You pick one, usually it's the nerdy, shy outcast, and you kind of side with them. You relate, right? You remember what it's like not be picked until last for dodgeball, or at least I do. Dodgeball and basketball and baseball and kickball. And volleyball too. Yeah, now that I think about it. I mean, there's some characters here who like get 2 panels and then they're done. We got Double Barrel Daryl here, and he's like, "Yo, be quiet, shush, splooch." I shouldn't be showing this much, but it's so delightful. I find it so fun. I'm going to show one last thing because it really made me laugh. It reminded me so much of like classic horror tropes that we see continuing to this day with a lot of slasher films. Um, this is so good. I don't like to swear a lot, but here it comes, folks. Do you hear that? Huh? I heard someone screaming. Well, I heard it. Go check, seriously. Go check, or someone's sucking his own dick tonight. I love it. So yeah, there's all sorts of stuff that happens in this. It's not just a straightforward slasher. Obviously, you got a robot dude. Things are going to get a bit weird. I thought the story was pretty solid. It was just kind of fun. Uh, horror films can go like, it can get super involved, or it can have this really complex plot, or it can just be kind of like, dude, just come along for the ride, enjoy yourself. I feel like this is a come along for the ride type of story where it all makes sense in world and it's very fun. I don't know if this is begging for a sequel. If it is, I'll buy it. I like it by itself, man. It was just a very fun read. Again, I wasn't sure I was going to like the black and white, but the lines, the ink work, it was all lovely. Lettering on point. I didn't see a single mistake. Um, Wes Loker, is that the guy? And then, thank goodness for the editor too. Somebody's got to come in and just tell you like, look, this isn't being communicated so brilliantly. Look, we should cut this out. Do you really need this moment? You know. Yeah, so is this a recommend? Heck yeah, it is. How you going to get it? I don't know. You're going to have to check in with Mr. Geronimo himself. Speaking of which, he's got another volume of Blood Realm that's coming out. And apparently, well, I'm not going to say much. Look, just sign up for the pre-launch, right? Get the book when it launches. Don't be a sad sack, all right? Get on board with Geronimo, okay? Anyway, I love y'all very much. It's Halloween. It's spooky time. I'm trying to look for spooky books to read. This is the first one that came to mind because it's so fresh in my head. But if you got any other ideas, please send them my way. All I can think about really is like alien stuff. But I've already done an alien book. Anyway, yeah. Peace to you all. Have a fantastic whatever day this is, and I'll catch you in the next video. But oh wait. We're at 45 subscribers as of the time I record this. I need you to get in contact with your brother, your sister, your mother, your father, your cousin, your uncle, your aunt. Dude, get everybody on board. I'm going to make that climb to 1,000 subscribers. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take down everybody in my path. I don't care who you are. I'm coming for you, okay? Yeah, until next time, love you all. Bye.